Hello there, I'm Christina. I am the founder and CEO of the Reclaimed Woman, which is a global women's empowerment company. I offer coaching and self-study courses and live programs to help women choose themselves, to help women reclaim themselves after life has gotten in their way. I am somebody who knows intimately what that feels like. And today I'm going to share something very personal with you guys. And that is my struggle with my body and my weight. When I was 8 years old, I developed binge eating disorder. As a child, I didn't have control over my situation, like all children, right? We have our parents who tell us what we can and cannot do. And I often felt emotionally stressed. And so I learned to turn to food at an early age to cope because I couldn't do anything else. And I was an internalizer. There are some people when they are struggling as kids and they have these outward behaviors where they get into fights or they're cursing people out. And then there's people like me who are struggling, but they don't say anything to anybody and they keep it inside. And I found food as a way to cope with that situation because I didn't want to upset anybody. I was a people pleaser. I always was trying to figure out what I needed to do to make sure I didn't set my dad off so he wouldn't get mad at me. And food was my outlet. And today I am 39. I'll be turning 40 soon, and I still struggle with binge eating. And I have tried so many times to start and just to start and stop. I have gone to therapy, I have tried medication, I have done everything, and I still struggle with binge eating. I have periods in my life where I get like more under control with it, but it's usually because I'm on the other end, which is like hyper control. So if you're a binge eater, I would love to know, do you relate to that? Do you also have those periods where you go from like out of control eating all the way to the opposite end where you're like hyper controlled? I used to do that when I was younger, but the past 4 years, I have been able to have just really zero control. I have worked on moderation, but that has not gone well either. And things in my life are really wonderful. I own my own business, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Last year, I quit my job. I was a teacher. I was a full-time teacher for 14 years, and I decided to take a leap of faith and go into business for myself. And it's been quite a wild journey, but I have seen a lot of the momentum now from all of the moves I've been making over the past year with my business, and it feels amazing and wonderful. I have really great clients. I love where I live. I have a great relationship with my son. I have a great relationship with my ex-husband, who's my son's father. I have great friends. I have a lot of amazing things happening in my life. But this one thing I just still can't seem to shake out no matter how much I try. And that is my binge eating. That is my, consistent exercising just to have a healthy body, just to enjoy it. It's losing the extra weight that I've put on. So to back it up a little bit, a few years ago, when I was 32, I decided I wanted to do something for myself. I had just went through a bad breakup. It wasn't a long-term relationship or anything like that, but it was the relationship that really made me realize that I needed to stop dating and focus completely on myself, that there were patterns within me that led to me being attracted to men that weren't healthy for me. And the best way to break those patterns was to stop the dating and to just go all in on myself. And I chose to pursue my dream of becoming an NFL cheerleader as the way to focus on me for a year. So I said no dating, no anything, other than, of course, being a mother, going to work every day, but also to pursue this thing just for myself, for nobody else, but for me. And so that was my 18-year-old self's dream that I had never pursued. So I started on this road of exercising and eating healthy, and I was so motivated that it was really easy for me to stay committed because I really wanted it. I really wanted to do it. It wasn't necessarily that I wanted to make the team, because I know that takes a lot of work, and being 32, I hadn't danced since I was like 19. So dance, cheer, any of that stuff. So I knew that, you know, to just walk on and make this team without a lot of preparation was probably not going to happen the first time around, but that wasn't the point for me. It was just to do this for me, right? So I was very motivated. I also reached out to a company called Sideline Prep and joined their program so that I could get, you know, insight onto the look of a professional cheerleader, the type of dance moves I needed to be able to do to practice choreography again, all of that stuff. So to not make it too long of a story, I tried out the first year and I got cut. I tried out for the Baltimore Ravens cheerleading team, and I tried out for the Baltimore Ravens playmaker team, which is the promotional side of their team. They do all the appearances and interact with the fans. So I tried out for both, got cut from both, but I was so proud of myself. I like cried on my way to get my hair done that morning because I was so proud of myself for just doing what I said I would do, for being committed to myself and my journey. But after I got cut, I decided I was still hungry to make this dream actually become a reality. So I continued on another year of preparing. I joined a semi-professional basketball dance team, and that really helped me get ready for the actual auditions. It got me in even better shape. I really learned how to do my hair and makeup in a professional style that looked very flattering on me. It grew my confidence, and I dropped the extra weight because I had been a little bit heavier, not what I am now, but I had been a little bit heavier, so I was able to like drop the weight, and I was so dedicated and so committed to that goal that I was in that hyper control phase. Well, I tried out for the Baltimore Ravens cheerleading team again, year number 2, and I got cut. But then I tried out for the Baltimore Ravens playmaker team, and I made it. I made the team, and it was the best moment of my life, finding out that I made the team, being on the team. So I was actually on the team for 3 seasons, 3 incredible seasons. I absolutely loved my time with the Baltimore Ravens. They really are a family. I love the organization, not only just my team, but I loved the organization as a whole. It was an amazing, amazing experience, one that I will treasure forever. So my 3rd year on the team, though, with the playmakers, I still wanted to be able to say I'm a professional cheerleader, right? That I got to dance on a field. And so I ended up trying out for another team called the Chesapeake Bayhawks, and that is a Major League Lacrosse team. So Major League Lacrosse also has dance and cheerleading teams. So I tried out for that team and I made it. So I made my dream come true. I became a professional cheerleader at the age of 36, which was amazing. But when I was on that team, I had dance practices for about 3 hours twice a week. Game days were an all-day thing, and then I would exercise every day. So it was just like really, really constantly exercising, dancing, watching what I ate. Well, when the season came to an end, and I had gotten a promotion at my job. I went from being a classroom teacher to being a teacher specialist. So I started that new position, and it was really, really stressful. So this job was very stressful, and my whole routine ended when it came to like the professional world, because I stopped being on the Ravens. Then the season came to an end with the Chesapeake Bayhawks, and everything changed for me. And I completely went from hyper in control to just poof, hyper out of control. And from that moment, and I want to say it was about 4 years ago now, almost 4 years ago now, I have not been able to get myself back into a place of consistency, moderation. I do have periods where I am, but then I just fall all the way back off. And part of that was because I had such a routine going back when I was doing my Ravens and professional cheerleading stuff, that when that ended, I had nothing, and that motivation was gone. And that hyper control was gone. And then I also had that new job on top of it, and I'm a single mother, so you know, being a mom, we are busy. So I just completely lost myself in a sense when it came to my health and my body. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really healthy to begin with, right? Because I didn't have moderation even during those years of pursuing my professional cheerleading dream. And so now I've been trying to figure out ways to find moderation, ways to be a mindful eater, ways to just enjoy exercise, because honestly, what I weigh doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters in the sense that, like, you want to be at a healthy weight so you can live a long, healthy, great life, right? But that doesn't have to be like super tiny. I'm not doing professional level stuff anymore, right? So it doesn't have to be like what it was before. The number doesn't matter so much as the health matters. And unfortunately, I sit here today still in that space where I haven't been able to find my groove, find my path. And I've done tons of work because as a coach, a life coach, a mentor myself, I have all the tools at my disposal. I'm constantly learning every single day. Not only do I learn for my own self, because I think it's important for me to continuously grow as a person, especially with what I do for a living, but also because when I learn these things for myself, then I'm able to embody it and then teach these things with my clients as well. So helping myself allows me to help others even more, help the people I work with even more. I have a lot of my life just like in check. I love being single. I love the friendships I have. I love where I live, like I mentioned. I have great relationships. Like, my life is amazing, except for this one area. So I decided to do this video and share this vulnerably with whoever ends up watching this, because I'm determined to not let this be the thing that I'm not able to overcome, that I'm not able to get a handle on. Like, I don't really like the way that sounds, but get a handle on, right? Because I've been through a lot in my life. I've achieved a lot in my life, and I believe in not settling, and I believe that we can have it all, and I believe that that pertains to me as well. And so I'm rededicating myself to my journey again, to my journey to get consistent with moving my body, because I love to dance and I want to jog. I don't necessarily want to be like a runner, hardcore runner, but I do like improving my cardiovascular fitness. And if you're a dancer or a cheerleader, you know how important that is. I want to work out with weights, because as a woman who's almost 40, it's so important for women to have, I think men too, obviously, but like, it's so important for our bodies to have muscle and not just be fat. Like, you can be 100 pounds or 115 pounds or whatever and it be mostly fat. So it's not just about the number. So I really want to improve just the fitness that I have, the health of my body, because I want to live a long life. I still have many more dreams that I desire to accomplish. I want to wear a thong bikini on my 40th birthday in August. Like, I know you can wear a thong bikini no matter what your size is, but for me, from a confidence perspective, I desire to not necessarily be like super tiny, but in a place where it feels good and I feel healthy and I feel fit and I feel proud of myself. Because right now I don't feel very proud of myself in this capacity. So I am going to routinely do some update videos to hold myself accountable and to share my journey with you all, just in the hopes that if there's anybody else out there who has binge eating disorder or who's an emotional eater and has seemed to really struggle with finding her balance in her path, because it's not easy when you don't know balance. So if you are somebody who relates to that and struggles with that, like, you're not alone. I have this as well, and together we can get where we want to be. But I will say that, so when I was doing my cheerleading stuff, I weighed about 125, 130 pounds. Today, I actually got rid of my scale recently because I said, like I mentioned, I don't think that the number is the most important thing, but I can tell kind of what I weigh just because I know my body at different weights now. And so I weigh somewhere around 185. So that's how much weight I've put on in the past 4 years. And to be honest, it didn't even take 4 years to put that weight on. Like, this weight was put on like back in 2020. So I've just kind of gone up and down. Like, I've lost some weight, then I've gained the weight, and then I've lost it, then I've gained it, like same, like 15, 20 pounds. So my goal weight, not that I'll really know when I reach it because I don't have a scale. Like I said, I can just kind of tell though how I fit clothes, and I have tons of cute clothes in my closet that I refuse to get rid of, and I want to fit into them again. So my goal weight is around 145, 150-ish, but I plan to not just focus on cardio and like losing weight for the sake of losing weight. I plan on building muscle as well so I can have a healthy body. So who knows, maybe I'll end up being 155 and feeling like that's perfect for me, but that's just kind of a range for myself. So if you guys liked this video and what I shared, if you can relate to the struggle of binge eating and you also desire to move away from choosing food to, you know, soothe yourself when you're stressed or sad or upset or angry or depressed or any emotion, even happy, right? Even when we're happy, what do? We reach for food. And also, like, full disclosure, I reach for wine too. Like, the wine consumption has not been good for me. I mean, it tastes delicious. I love wine, but that is another area that I desire to decrease. So less wine and healthier foods, enjoying the foods, not berating myself or being strict on myself, but just eating for health and exercising for health, feeling good and looking good in my body. Those are my goals. I know they're kind of vague goals. Like I said, I had to get rid of my scale. I will weigh myself 3 times a day. I don't need to do that. Like, I do not need to do it. It's not good for my mind. So I sold my scale, $10, got rid of it. So I'm just gonna go based on my clothes. Sorry guys. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this video and you want to follow along in my journey, please hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And just let me know your story down below in the comments, because I have so much more I could share, and I plan on sharing, but this video has already gotten almost 20, it's almost at the 20-minute mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and say au revoir for now, and I will see you next time. Bye.